Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is another edition of IBFP Boxing News, where we just cover boxing topics from all around the world of boxing. So let's just dig into it and break it down. Tyson 2 Fast Fury, according to Michael Benson and Behind the Gloves, states that states that him and the Deontay Wilder rematch will happen in December and will be his third fight of the year. He also clarified that he has no plans to retire anytime soon. His most recent comments were misinterpreted. So we're just going to break it down. A lot of people said Tyson Fury was ducking the Deontay Wilder rematch and things like that. Well, let's just break that down a little bit. First of all, Tyson Fury, in most people's eyes, he was robbed against Deontay Wilder. He pretty much won 10 out of 12 rounds, was dropped twice, got up twice. And so at the end of the day, Tyson Fury put on a boxing clinic against Deontay Wilder, and winning 2 rounds out of 12 with 2 knockdowns is not enough to win you a fight. At the end of the day, Tyson Fury didn't get the decision, but he had nothing to prove because he went through the entire fight when most people thought that he would get knocked out. So at the end of the day, Tyson Fury had nothing to prove. It was Deontay Wilder had something to prove. It was Deontay Wilder who was not screaming bomb squad at the end of the fight. It was Deontay Wilder whose power was in doubt watching a man get up off the canvas twice. It was Deontay Wilder whose reputation is at stake, having robbed Tyson Fury. So it was not Tyson Fury to need the rematch, it was Deontay Wilder. But the fact that Tyson Fury is looking for the Deontay Wilder rematch in December, that'll be fantastic. That'll be a fight that we would all love to see, and I think Tyson Fury would get a clear-cut victory this time, and I don't think there would be any robbery. Especially if it's in the UK, he has a better chance of getting a clean decision. Another one, according to Michael Benson and Behind the Gloves, Tyson Fury stated, as far as the WPC's plans to order him versus Dillian White, he says, I ain't been ordered to do anything by anybody. It's very unfair the way they're treating Dillian White. I don't know what more he has to do. He's been #1 guy. Give the guy a title shot, for God's sakes. And I agree 100% on that because, I've been saying this. Dillian White needs a title shot at Deontay Wilder. These guys are ducking and dodging and avoiding it. And, Dillian White should have already had a title shot at Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder had sent him private messages stating that he was going to ice him out, and that's a damn shame because at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder doesn't want to fight elite level competition. He doesn't want to fight the best. He wants to fight bums. But what's happening is he's been backed into a corner, especially since everyone saw the robbery against Tyson Fury. And now he's being required to fight top level opposition. He can't go back to fighting the Eric Molinas and Arthur Spilkas of the world. He has to fight top level competition for people to be interested. And the funny thing about all this is the Tyson Fury that he fought the first time will definitely not be the Tyson Fury he fights the second time. I feel like Tyson Fury in the second fight, he has a chance to maybe get dropped once in the fight, but definitely not twice. I don't see Tyson Fury, not having the same level of focus or conditioning. I think he's going to be more focused, better conditioning, and he's going to put on a masterful boxing clinic against Deontay Wilder. I don't see Deontay Wilder adjusting or making any significant changes other than trying to land a lucky right hand to stop him. But let's just keep it going. Jermell Charlo stated that Terence Crawford has 0 chance of beating Errol Spence Jr. And I find that very, very funny that he would say that. It's because, everyone regards Terence Crawford as an elite level fighter, an elite level boxer, and everyone knows his skill set. The funny thing about this is, did Kell Brook have a 0 chance of beating, Errol Spence Jr.? Because arguably the first 6 rounds, Kell Brook beat Errol Spence Jr. into his eye went. Terence Crawford has never had those injuries, never had anything like that. So one can anticipate that Errol Spence Jr. may be outboxed that entire fight. Another thing that Errol Spence Jr. had over a lot of his opponents is height and reach advantage, and over Terence Crawford actually has a 2-inch reach advantage. So you have to be honest and unbiased when you analyze the fight. But I definitely understand Jermell Charlo's comments because he's basically trains with Errol Spence Jr. He supports Errol Spence Jr. These guys call each other brothers, so you can't take anything he says seriously about Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Another interesting comment that Jermell Charlo said, he said, my popularity is still growing despite being robbed against Tony Harrison. I don't think it was a robbery. I think Tony Harrison won that fight. He just completely outboxed you. But If you feel you were robbed, this is the opportunity to get that back. This is the opportunity to go in there and put on a performance and stop Tony Harrison, make a statement to prove that you're the best. But, the worst part is you can't prove you're the best against Tony Harrison because he's not the best. Jarrett Swift-Hurd is probably the best at 154, and that's the guy you're going to have to go in there and prove this against. At the end of the day, I think Jermell Charlo has a very good chance of winning the rematch, and if he doesn't, he's done as a fighter who has potential or has the possibility to be a very good fighter, because at that point he's going to be looked at as a gatekeeper, a guy who's just in there between the good and the bad, the next step up type of fights. And I think Jermell Charlo has the potential to be a very good fighter, but you shouldn't be struggling with the Tony Harrison in 2 fights. So this second fight needs to end in a knockout, or he needs to win a very dominant, unanimous decision. This cannot be a close fight. This cannot be a fight where people have any doubt. And he said his popularity is still growing despite being robbed. We'll see what his popularity and those numbers come in this fight against Tony Harrison. But once again, Unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.